Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another tropical weather update. Today is Tuesday, November 6th, 2022. We got quite a bit that we're going to be talking about today. So first, I want to just start off by just talking about what we're looking at over the Indian Ocean, the West Pacific, and the South Pacific, and the Southern Indian Ocean. So we are also obviously watching Invest 96B, which is developed, and we're actually getting reports of wind speeds up to 40 to 45 knots. Earlier, they were 35 to 40 knots. So we're now seeing winds 45 to 50 miles per hour at the surface. A couple meters up, I think it's 35 meters up, they're finding winds of about 50 knots, which is about 60 miles per hour here in the southern region of Invest 96B. Invest 96S is trying to make a little bit of a comeback. It's becoming more consolidated and becoming a more well-developed system. And that's what we're seeing with that system. So I do want to move on and look a little bit about this system. So you can see there is consolidation near the center. There's deeper convection. You can see some drier air coming in through here trying to choke off the system. But overall, it's doing a relatively well job at keeping the dry air out of the core and is slowly, in fact, intensifying as it has over the past 6 hours. So the Joint Typhoon Warning Center has posted a tropical cyclone formation alert, which means there is just a high potential of tropical cyclone formation within the next 24 hours. This is from the Joint Typhoon Warning Center in Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, United States. This is the region. You can see it did come up northwest and then it kept going west. And it's actually going to make that shift off back to the northwest and make itself towards southeast India. It's going to intensify some more up to 50 miles per hour, we believe, and then actually weaken some more prior to landfall back down to about 40 to 45 miles per hour. Now, regardless if this even becomes named, it's going to bring a lot of rain towards southeast India. The wind, the storm surge, that's not going to be the big threat. It's just going to be the heavy rain that's going to bring with this system. This is the official forecast code from the IMD, the Indian Meteorological Department. As you can see, when it was here initialized there, it was 15 knots there. That was at 03 UTC. It is now it's 15 UTC, I believe, roughly. Even at, there you go, 7 UTC. Here it is, right here, 30 knots. So it's going to continue to make its way to the northwest. It's going to actually be creeping northward, more further north, as it moves around this ridge of high pressure, steering it in this position and the direction. So the guidance on the left, you have the European, and over here you have the European over here and the American model in this area. So the European model does have it being a little bit farther to the north, making that turn and making that sharper turn. With the American model, we kind of see more of a gradual turn. It's smoother. Shows that it does intensify. You can see some of those darker colors, some of those warmer colors here, the yellows and the greens, and then it weakens into the blues there. European model, not as intense, but still does show some more significant intensification. So again, we may see this intensify 45 to 50 miles per hour. Rain accumulation. This could be a big issue. You can see right here along the coast right here. They're seeing easily 100 to 150 millimeters of rain. Right there along the coast, you get probably close to 160, 170 millimeters of rain. But generally, it does appear that this area and areas farther north of where it is expected to make landfall will see a minimum of around 100 millimeters of rain or more. Indian weather warnings. We do have weather warnings, we have warnings, we have alerts, and we have watches. Watches all for the entire south for this December 9th. All along the southern portion of India, we have alerts up on the east coast and even warnings. They're now starting to post warnings because this is becoming a system that is imminent to land and threatening population along the east coast of India. Oops. So again, that's what we're looking at. Invest 96S. is the next system that I do want to talk about. Very, very weak, very, very small. So you can see consolidation with Invest 96S, concentrated convection, a big burst of convection down here, where you're starting to see some of those reds and blacks. Excuse me. In the higher cloud tops, bigger burst of convection, more intensification, stronger strengthening system. So not a lot is really expected from this. This is from the Mauritius weather forecast, the official Mauritius weather forecast. It's just gonna be making its way south and then west. Anything, maybe some rain, some gusty winds, something like that. In terms of wind knots, I mean, 20, 30 mile per hour winds at the most. But do you want to move on to Invest 92W? You can actually see Invest 92W starting to develop here. Deep thunderstorm activity here. You can kind of see some banding and some outflow. At the upper levels, you want to have outflow. At the low levels, you want to have inflow. The upper levels, you get outflow. You get more convection in near the center, and you get more breathing of this system. The more this system breathes, the faster it's going to intensify. And that's something we're watching. So we already got some outflow that you could see. So the whole system really moves counterclockwise, but the outflow channel at the high levels of the atmosphere, it actually rotates clockwise. So 92W guidance, you do see it making that westward, northern, and northwestward turn. And as you can see in the northern areas of the modeling, we're starting to see more of intensification now. We do have a pretty good general idea of where this is going to go. According to the models, they're all very well clustered in this one area. Some of them are outliers here and down here. But generally, some of them do show it getting very close to the Philippines. Right now, this doesn't have a defined center circulation. There isn't a named storm with this. But what we do know for now, that this will bring a lot of heavy rain to areas of the northern and northeastern Philippines. We will continue to give you updates on the system as it continues to progress and develop. We are watching a tropical weather outlook, 40-50% for Invest 99L there in the North Atlantic. Very, very, we're watching this. Something very, very rare occurring here. Again, it is literally the beginning of December. Like, we hardly had, any activity, but it's what we got. You can see lots of outflow again. But look at all this dry air and strong wind shear, So it really doesn't look like it's going to be anything super major, nothing a huge land threat. But we will be monitoring this and keeping a close watch if it does impact the Azores or anything, or any land at all. So we do think it could become tropical momentarily. After it makes this loop, it could become tropical, intensify a little bit. But really after that, it's going to become extra tropical, and the jet stream's just going to sweep it up and take it away. Here's the HWRF forecast simulated infrared satellite. So you can indeed see if this does get some convection near the center and it does wrap around and it can keep that dry air out of the center and it can intensify a little bit more, we could see this momentarily become a tropical system before it becomes extra tropical. So we do want to just say you could support us, subscribe, like our videos and streams. Don't forget, we do have a Patreon account. For less than $2 a month, you can become a Patreon. We're going to start be posting videos over there too. We'll be doing some stuff over there. Yeah, that's it. This has been the Hurricane Watching, your source for cyclone information. Like this video, comment any questions, concerns in the chat, in the comment section below. With all that being said, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Peace out.